Hey everybody, it's Primus, and today we'll be taking a look at Age of the Primes Brawl. Converting from robot to tank in just 23 steps, this guy is number 3 of 5 of Bruticus. I'll say what I said before, I really think it should have been the individual character art here and Bruticus over here. I know they're going for the 13, but it's the same section that is on the other two teammates so far, so it really doesn't do them much good. Coming around to the back, there is, again, not much to look at, just a decent little render. Now this $50 deluxe is unfortunately well known for being broken right out of the box. You see they decided to charge that extra 20, bumping it up from deluxe to Voyager, on account of the combiner joint. You can see in there he does have a ratchet joint in his torso that they think should cost the consumer that much more money. Well, this joint is unfortunately stressed to hell in every copy I have seen open. So let's hope this isn't a jump cut to my workstation. Alright, let's open them up. Alright, luckily it wasn't too bad. Fresh out of the box, I do find Brawl to be quite striking. He does come with a few accessories, namely a small handheld blaster, as well as a couple larger cannons, much like that of the original figure. I do find the cannon articulation to be quite limited. That's about all the range you're getting out of this thing without it popping off. The barrels can attach in one of two ways officially. That is, firstly, for storage, we can just use the tabs on the front and put them right up under the backpack. And try not to dislodge it in the process. Very clean look. It does add a little bit of bulk, but nothing too bad. Alternatively, in classic Brawl fashion, we can rotate the barrel upside down and then use the tabs on the bottom of these cannons. And this is my preferred way of mounting them, though, you know, it's not the best for reasons. As I was mentioning before, seemingly most copies of this Brawl figure come with terrible, terrible damage straight out of the box. Luckily, mine wasn't too bad. You see he has this seemingly random screw here, and right next to it, a stress mark. Oh boy. So, in a nice skybound fashion, we can just sort of don't worry about it. Taking a look inside the figure, you will likely find your stress marks right inside here, and you can actually see mine on the back end and a light bit just underneath. This can be remedied by just unscrewing this ever so slightly. Just, it's a nice firm glide, but maybe a little bit too firm. Despite the silly stance here, this loud ball of rage poses really well and has a great level of accuracy to the original Sunbow cartoon. Just a quick turnaround. Nice, no backpack other than the intended turret. Clean, a little gappy, but overall, this is a great look. For articulation, I find Brawl best benefits from power poses. Things that really just show off brute strength, which is quite apt for him. And you can even use the included combiner joint to further help his range of articulation. Though, this is not a great talking point. You see, the designers decided that they would use the inclusion of the combiner ratchet joint to bump Brawl up from a deluxe to a Voyager. And with the new price point, that made him go up from $30 to $50. It was a BS excuse for Devastator, and it's even worse here. While he may have complexity a little bit more in line with your standard Voyager, let me... Do you hear any? No ratchet. Straight lie. I know things change in the design process all the time, but when your justification for a $20 price increase isn't even there, that's not a good look. Getting back to it, he does have fantastic ankle rockers. Look at that. A good bend at the knee, swivel at the thigh. Legs can go forward and back quite a distance, and in fact that can be improved by slightly turning the chest. getting it all the way up there, as well as the splits. 360 at the waist, aforementioned bonus joint. Now the arms are double hinged and they're really firm, but you can get them to go where you want them to. The shoulders are also hinged and can go 360 degrees, a good 90 at the elbow, as well as 360 at the bicep. And no hands. $50 and no wrist articulation, and there's space for it. You could have put in a little mushroom swivel. This might interfere with that a little bit with the way it attaches, but I'm sure you could still have it just tabbed in on the outside. Come on, guys. The turret can go up quite a bit, and even down a little bit, as well as 360 degrees. Taking a closer look at the head, it has some nice, vibrant paint with minimal, albeit accurate, sculpting throughout. He could benefit from a little bit more upward motion to his head. I think that would really help him pull off some of those power poses. But his head does go 360 on a ball joint. For size comparison, here's Brawl with his teammates Vortex and Blastoff, Brawls from Platinum Edition, Studio Series, Blockies, and Ocular Max, as well as 86 Thundercracker, and as always, Badinyan. Alright, transformation time! First thing we're gonna do is come to the chest, open it from there, and lift up over the head before closing it back up. Next, come to the arms, straighten them out, and open up from the middle. Being very careful, apparently, not to pop these pieces off because they're just on friction hinges. And we are going to rotate the arms forward 90 degrees. Coming down to the legs, and I really like how these work. We're going to open the feet up from the heel, and when you close it back up, we're going to use this strange shaped tab and put it in that slot there. And bring the foot forward 90 degrees. Rotate the waist, and open up the treads from the inside. You're just going to pull and fully straighten everything out. Really just snake it on out. Now, being very careful not to bend the actual knee part, we're going to take these treads and swing them around into place, tabbing them using this right here into here, and this little one up here is going to go into the front. Just like that. Then we're going to take the arm and double hinge it forward, and this big tab right here is going to go in this slot, while this tiny one up front is just going to kind of go under the lip here. It's very important to make sure you lift this little bit of tread from the shoulder, or it won't work. So we're going to just bring it down and collapse forward, tabbing into place up here, and making sure we click that in, followed by the tread. Same thing for the other side. Get some clearance, move the tread only, tab it into place in the middle and front, open up the tread, double hinge forward, tab into place, and use this tiny tab back here to click into place before pressing in the treads. Finally, if we haven't done it already, I like to save this for toward the end to make it easier to align. I'm going to tab the legs and feet together and just shift that down into place. And there we go. And here we have Brawl in vehicle mode. Now, the original figure turned into a Leopard 1A3 main battle tank, and this is not that. It is just a tank, but he cute. He rolls on tiny little caster wheels underneath. Now, I've heard to be careful as the instructions show to move his feet farther than they can go. I don't personally see that in here, but, you know, just in case. What I do see in here is an unnecessary step. Folding the head down, closing it up, and then rotating the whole thing forward. As you saw, you can just open it, close it up over the head, and it works out just fine. As a toy tank, this does pretty much everything you want it to do, except for extend the barrel here, but it does go quite a bit up, and even a little bit down if he wants to blow himself up, as well as going 360 degrees still, though you may have to kind of lift that up to get it to work. But it will work. And the accessories even have dedicated storage in this mode. In addition to the 5mm peg, there's a little tab right in front of it that we can use for the handgun there, as well as using the tabs on the larger cannons, not here, as one might be inclined, but the ones on the bottom of them to recreate that classic toy look. Ah! Just put that right back in there. There we go. That's it. It's just a cute little tank. For size comparison, here he is again with his fellow released Combaticons, fellow Brawls from Platinum Edition, Studio Series, Blockies, Ocular Max, 86 Thundercracker, and as always, Badinyan. Much to the dismay of all two people who care, that would be me and Duke Trooper on Instagram, Brawl here is not actually Titan Master compatible. We were looking at the promo shots, we saw this perfect square with the little notch, but that little notch is just a little too little. It wouldn't make any sense to do this, but we saw it and went, hey, that's our thing. Nah. Well, much like his partners Vortex and Blastoff before him, if you know any one thing about Brawl, it's that he's a Combaticon, part of Bruticus. So, let's get him combined up. Let's go ahead and put him into robot mode. This is going to be the easiest starting point for combined mode. Until we get the instructions that come with Onslaught, I'm just working with what I've got here. Preview photos, CG models. So, best I can tell, these cannons go away. And according to at least one unpainted prototype, we're going to take the gun from here, and we're going to stick it in this hole. Transformation into Shin mode continues to be quite inventive. We're going to start by taking the legs, and going ahead and fully tabbing everything together. Next, we'll take the heels, pop them out, and I don't think I mentioned this before, I love how the shins connect. We've got these L-shaped tabs that go into holes, as well as these normal tabs. It's a pretty good system. Then come around to the back, and let's go ahead and move this cannon out of the way. We're going to take the treads and move them out at a 90, and then bend the knees 90 as well. Make sure we put these two in these holes on either side. It's a bit stiff, but you'll get there. So go ahead and bend at the knee itself and tab into place. Next, we're going to come inside what were the soles of the feet and flip up these two flat bits here. They both got tabs right at the edge, and we're going to put them on holes on either side right here. So just bend them, everything, until it all aligns, as well as putting these into that up here, and squishing it all together. Come back around to the chest, open it up, and push the head inside, and there's really nothing to grip on. There's this little... that doesn't do anything other than hurt your nail. So if you want to get the head back up, what you need to do is lift this section, and it does it for you. But we're going to push the head back down and close it up. Finally, we're going to take the arms, and at the elbow, bend 90 and rotate 180, bringing the arm 90 degrees upward before double jointing back in toward the chest. Ooh, it is stiff, but it does tab in just in the tread there. And here we have Brawl in Shin mode. This is, I mean, it's kind of cute from the front, but then it suffers. I really like this false toe here and how we got it from folding up the feet and the flaps and everything. And we know it's just going to go on to another toe that comes from the Bruticus skeleton. But the arms, you could have done something with that. Even in the combiner frame, all the images show, this is how it's going to be. Lame. There's really not much to say about this until we get it combined. Overall, this Brawl was a pleasant, fun, unique experience, and I think he's my favorite of the Age of the Primes Combaticon molds. He's a delight to transform, he poses well, he looks great all around, even if not accurate to real-world vehicle, but could I recommend this figure? No. It's $50. He is a head taller than some deluxes. $50. We didn't even get the promised ratchet joint. The whole reason they said it was a Voyager in the first place? What are you doing? This isn't worth that. Don't buy this. Don't. I know you love the Combaticons. Go find a different one. I'm sure Jin Bao or Wei Jiang or some other company has done a great one. And if you don't like third party, then I'm sorry. I understand the ethical concerns some people may have with them, but this is too much money. Like, this was too much money. This is too much money. Do not support this. Yes, I am part of the problem. I'm also using it as a tool to tell other people, hey, don't do this, spend your money more wisely, even if it's on different transforming robots. You have to figure, this is part of a 5-piece set, one of which is guaranteed to be $90 USD at a minimum. With recent price increases, the Commander Onslaught is more likely to be $100, $110 at minimum. We won't know until it's officially out. They change things sometimes. Pair that with the fact there's going to be another Voyager class for the other leg, and that you need 2 more members that, if you've missed out on already, they're starting to increase in price. Look somewhere else. Or maybe wait for them to do a box set. This may be the best of the Age of the Primes Combaticons released so far, but keep in mind what else you're dealing with. Also remember the fact that most people's copies have enormous, terrifying stress marks from opening it. If you could get them on sale, though, do it. This guy's awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any notifications. This has been Primus, and I will catch you next time. Take care. These guys are shaping up to be an awesome team so far.
The handgun can also peg onto the back. Look at that, it's cute.
Okay, but here's how they actually pair up together. Age of the Primes Brawl, or as I like to call him, $50 Deluxe! What?
Excuse me.
I like how the left arm has a Decepticon symbol. So perfectly put here. Open. That can happen. Take with the take, with the take to take. Take with the take to the take.
Noing, 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 noing.
$50, and this is how you attach pieces. Not a good look. I have 2 friends who have stopped collecting. Sheepish Brawl. And open them up from the... Again. Butter dog with the butter on it, butter dog with the butter on it, butter dog with the butter on, butter dog with the butter dog. Tank mode, who wore it better? Yeah. Well, much like with Blastoff, if you know any one thing about Brawl, it's that his name is Devastator. Freaking movies. What's Brawl's favorite Pokemon? It's Diglett.